last couple of years. Haven't seen the Black Bears lose back-to-back games. Funny enough, last time it happened, Black Bears won their first championship in Commissioner Cup, won the first Commissioner's Cup championship in franchise history. So definitely something that's not out of the ordinary, but fair to say it's been a while since fans have seen some losses back-to-back.
Yeah, things happened last year where you don't lose back-to-back, but it's a new season, new year. So unfortunately, yeah, we suffered 3 losses, but it's a good experience for us to get smacked in the mouth. And, it's all about how you bounce back and how resilient you are. But, yeah, we're looking forward to the challenge.
You'd rather face the adversity now during the regular season in games near the middle portion of the year rather than, when you get closer to the, turn of the calendar at April where you only got 4 games regular season, then you're going into the playoffs, or, God forbid you run into a buzzsaw once the playoffs starts.
You might face adversity in playoffs too, like how we got shut out against Port Huron, but it's all about how you come back, and I really like the responses from this group. I know it's 3 losses, but we lost in overtime, and then it's not really like I don't believe we're getting outplayed. Some people might think otherwise, but I think it's some costly goals against that are terrible timing where we're pounding their defense and their team in the O-zone and just not burying our grade A's. So it's kind of a combination of both things.
When you're looking back over the tape the last couple of games, during this homestand as well, started with Inverse night, which was a come-from-behind victory against the Ice Cats that night with the specialty jerseys. What is it that you're taking away from these 4 games that maybe, the casual fan, or even someone like myself who, doesn't have the hockey playing experience, what are people like me missing when I go back and I rewatch the game?
These guys have a ton of heart and effort. That's like first and foremost. Is like it's not like they're not working hard out there. We're just having costly mistakes and not burying our opportunities. I don't think we need to overcomplicate things. I don't think we need to flip the system. I don't think we need to trade players. I like the group we have. We just need to adjust a few things and take a little bit more pride defensively, but that's what we're working on this week. We're touching base on some of the things we need to work on, which is also a great thing. Maybe we're getting away with it a little bit at the beginning of the year, but yeah, it is what it is. We just put our work boots on and get back to work and learn.
Fair to say the other team is paid to win games as well, right? The other team is paid to play.
And, speaking of other teams, you got to give credit to PD and Carolina. Those guys are clawing for playoff position. They have a great squad, and they played us hard. And, heavy lies the crown sometimes. Like, we're going to get every team's championship game. And when we've played so many games that we've had in the past 3 years, guys get worn down and the dog days get a little tougher. But I have all the belief in this group that we're going to get the job done at the end of the year, and we'll hopefully be there at the dance, competing for a championship.
It sounds like a lot of iron sharpens iron this time around. So thank you for answering that. Yeah. I definitely appreciate it, and giving some insight on what people could be missing as well. It's been a while since the Black Bears have taken on the Indiana Sentinels. Former Black Bear Everett Thompson's the head coach who took over, about a month and a half or maybe 2 months into the season with the squad. They are coming off 2 big road wins against the Topeka Scarecrows this past weekend. Have you guys started looking at the Sentinels this week in the pre-scout and in the film sessions?
We have not. We're too focused on correcting our mistakes from the past weekend. So
okay.
That film session will come either Thursday or Friday, but we're really diving deep into the games this past weekend and trying to correct some of the situations that we need to. So, no, we haven't taken a look at Indiana, but we have been paying attention. They've gotten a lot better, and they even played us hard. They have a great goaltender, so some of those grade A's we've been missing. Like, for example, on Saturday, we had 20-plus grade A's, and that's not including the goals we scored. So it's not like in hockey they're just saying if you're not getting the chances, probably something's wrong. But if you're getting the chances, you're doing the right things to get there. But maybe you just have some unfortunate mistakes that, bad timing, you got to claw back, and it happens. It's part of the game. There's some bad bounces here and there, but yeah, we'll address Indiana probably Thursday or Friday, but we just had to fix some things this week first.
With some guys out on loan, were you proud of the way that some of the guys stepped up, even like switch positions? We saw some guys get some more ice time. Obviously, the line's getting jumbled a little bit from the last time that we were here at Tully's. We saw the Bondarenko Stubbs and Jansen line reunite. That's something that we saw very early in the season and made a resurgence this past weekend.
Yeah, I mean, rosters are depleted this time of year. I don't want to give the guys excuses. Yeah, we have a few guys that are away with other teams that we know are coming back, and they'll create a little bit more depth in our lineup, because that was another big part of the problem. We only had really one line in our power play show up as far as contributions go. It's not like the other lines didn't play great, but you need that depth scoring. So yeah, super proud of Sirota, McAnanima, and Kirkby's efforts as they're up top. I know Kirkby got a game-winning goal up in Roanoke. I just spoke with their assistant coach, Jeff Jones, today. He speaks fairly highly of him, says he might have the best IQ on their team. So I was happy to hear that, and he's getting his boots moving a little bit quicker as well. And then CMAC playing stellar hockey. They have a great assistant coach in Eric Levine, who's been working on his game with him. So last time I talked to Connor, he's like, I'm back. And that was awesome to hear. And then after watching film on Zach Sirota, he's just he's a little buzzsaw out there doing his rat thing and then forechecking really hard. He did score a goal, so that was awesome to see. But he did get a little sick, so he didn't play this past Saturday. So we're expecting probably not Connor back too soon, but we're expecting Zach and Tyson back next week.
All right, well, that's good to hear. And, big congrats to those guys getting success with their teams out on loan this past weekend. As Coach said, Bo Sirota and Kirkby grabbing goals this weekend, and McAnanima getting another shootout victory with the Rivermen as well. Switching gears a little bit, have a little bit of fun here. The big game coming up this week. I know you like to watch the NFL during the fall season, and now here we are. What feels like the dead of winter in upstate New York with the amount of snow that we've been getting, and especially the last couple of weeks. Thoughts on the big game coming up on this Sunday? You like the Pats, or are you feeling the Seahawks? What are you thinking here?
I hate this Super Bowl. It's just like I've seen these teams before, so I don't know. But I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. They just seem a little bit, explosive. I like that number 11, Smith Jigba.
Yes. Yep. JSN. Yeah.
JSN. And it just seems like they got a little bit more depth. They got a great team, but man, I'd be pretty pissed if these Patriots win. I think that's what I'm going for. I just want to see the Seahawks win. The Patriots shouldn't do it, this quickly after a rebuild. It just, something bothers me about it.
I think there are a lot of Jets, Giants, and Bills fans here in Binghamton that probably share the same kind of feeling with you.
Don't want to see it. Yeah.
About the Patriots. I think I, unfortunately, am on the side of the Patriots only because, and this is a strict only.
Some player went to ECU or something?
Not a player. Not a player. Not a player, but defensive coordinator Terrell Williams.
There you go.
Of course there was. Nose guard at ECU. Also just got into remission with pancreatic cancer. So he just got done with treatment.
All right, I can root for that.
So I'm very happy. I'm pulling for him. My parents were at the last game that he ever played with ECU as well. So neat little tidbit. Other than that,
go Pirates.
Yeah, that's just my thing. That's who I'm pulling for in the big game. Olympics coming up. I know we hit on that a little bit. Some rosters getting tweaked here and there as some injuries are starting to pile up. But I promised our good friend from the Booster Club and off-ice officials, Jeff Barrett, that I would mention this. But
I know where this is going.
The Buffalo Sabres are playing some very good hockey right now, and they're in a playoff spot right now if it ended today. And I just wanted to hear your thoughts on it. I know you're, Buffalo, Rochester guy through and through with some family up there. But Swords are playing some very good hockey, and they were on a what was it, 10 game heater, 11 game?
Yeah, I think it was 11 games, but your Hurricanes better watch out, buddy, because they're coming. Swords are coming.
They are.
And they're ready to slay the Hurricanes. But, I don't want to get too cocky too quick. I've been a Buffalo fan for a while, so, they're playing great hockey, and let's just focus on making playoffs and see what they could do in the first round.
Exactly.
I think a cool matchup would be the Red Wings and the Sabres. Two teams that have been out of it, but kind of iconic teams and, really good hockey markets. So I think that would be a fun first round to watch. But they're playing awesome, and I know the city's buzzing around them, and it's something to be proud of, after what happened to the Bills. So hopefully these Sabres can go on a little run here into playoffs.
Well, I think everybody across the NHL is kind of like pulling for Buffalo. I think they're ready to see, the streak end with the playoff drought. And, coming from a Hurricanes fan,
You're
wouldn't mind
spoiled.
it.
You're spoiled over
No.
Playoffs every year.
No.
It's like being a Black Bears fan.
Oh, all right. That was a good one. Second time, have people audibly laugh at a joke. Shout out Garrett Sargis, who did it last time, making fun of D-Raz. All time Tully's joke. It's in the top 5 moments for sure. But no, we're definitely looking forward to the NHL stretch after the Olympic break. Trade deadline's obviously going to be huge, probably for the Sabres and also the Hurricanes. I think the first time in a while that the Sabres aren't going to be sellers at the deadline. They might be looking to.
Do you have an opinion on where Panarin might possibly go?
Yeah. Not Raleigh, and I'm okay with that.
Not Raleigh.
And I'm okay with that.
With Rantanen a little bit.
Yeah, you can't be bigger than the team and play for the Hurricanes.
I like that. They must have a lot of good guys in the locker room.
They do. I think Trocheck, bringing back Trocheck, better
that
fit.
Would be, yeah.
Right-handed, because the Hurricanes don't have any left-handed centermen.
Great goal-scoring touch.
Yep. I think that, and then I've heard that they might be targeting Robert Thomas in St. Louis as well. So if they get one of those two, I'd be happy.
I got a question for you, Brooksy.
Oh, wow. Okay, reverse card.
Just because, what'd you think of that hit on Stankoven by Tom Wilson? Do you think that was a penalty or was it clean? What's your thoughts on that? Because that's a pretty hard hit. It reminded me of the Slavin hit in playoffs.
Yeah, so I think it is a penalty.
I do too.
I talked with our emergency backup broadcaster, Eli, and he said it's not Tom Wilson's fault that Logan Stankoven is short. And I said that is a fair point. But also, nowhere in the NHL rulebook says, do you have to be above 5'9" to draw a penalty? Yeah. It was like, last time I checked, illegal check to the head was still illegal check to the head. It doesn't matter.
It was a tiny bit late, too.
Yeah.
He already got rid of the puck. But, yeah, that was a heavy hit.
But you know what?
I'm a big fan of Stankoven. That's why I asked.
It's all good. I think the part that I hate the worst is it led directly to the Caps scoring on the very same shift because the Hurricanes never got the puck out from that hit. So I was upset about that. Love that he got right back up. Didn't lay down at all.
Western boy, just like our boy Dan Stone over here.
It was looking like he was wearing a home jersey. He had so much blood like on the collar of his.
Oh no!
Oh no! It got him good. It tagged him.
Is he back?
Oh yeah, he played the next night.
Another tough Western boy.
Yeah. But they did lose that game in overtime. But scheduled loss. Freddie Anderson was playing. Bussy was playing the next night, and I knew they were going to be fine. So I'm all aboard the bus stop right now. So that's my take on that for the Hurricanes. But enough about the NHL here. Black Bears are hosting the Indiana Sentinels this Friday and Saturday night. Friday night is Stop DWI night presented by State of New York. And then on Saturday, it is the 40th anniversary of the Hart Cup between Binghamton Police and Binghamton Fire at 3:30. And then at 7 o'clock, it's First Responder night. Black Bears are going to be wearing these specialty jerseys that EJ did a great job designing once again. And then a post-game jersey auction as well. And that's all presented by our friends at Five Beauties. Coach, I know in the past you've done some coaching, or celebrity coaching, I should say, with the police and fire department. Is that back on the table for this weekend?
I'll be helping out the fire department. We got one
Okay.
of our staff members, Jerry, playing in the game, so we'll be supporting the fire department, rooting for them, making sure they're, blocking shots, sacrificing the body to get that W. But I think they're going to have a good chance this year. PD's been, picking on them quite a bit over the past few years, so hopefully the fire department can get one on the board.
I'm not going to name names, but I did talk to a Binghamton police officer who did not like their chances going into Saturday's game. No, it was
Another
not. Did not like their chances. I'm not going to say who it was, but he said, well, they got D'Amigo playing for him. And I said, well, maybe he's going to play with his offhand. I don't think that's going to be the case, but I think we're in for a very high-scoring Hart Cup come Saturday.
Yeah, that'll be exciting for Jerry, and hopefully he's on the bench with us later that night.
Oh, that is awesome. Again, it's the 40th anniversary of the Hart Cup. It's going to be played in the arena at 3:30 right before the Black Bears game. If you already have tickets to Saturday night's First Responders Night, you can scan your ticket for the Hart Cup at 3:30, and you can get entrance that way as well. If you need to get tickets, we're offering a special $16 promo right now that you can get by going to the Black Bears office or calling us over the phone at 607-722-7367, and then you can do I saw it again. Oh man, every time I say those two numbers next to each other, they make the motion.
Yep.
I lost my train of thought. $16 will get you into the Hart Cup and First Responder Night. So it's a great cause. This year it's benefiting the American Heart Association along with the Tunnel for Towers program. It's going to be a great game. A lot of people already have their tickets, not only for First Responder Night, but for the Hart Cup as well. So they are going fast, and we are expecting a very big crowd on Saturday night. I know that you've helped out in the past with the Hart Cup, but even though you're trying to give the guys tips and pointers, everything like that, from a spectator's point of view, what do you see out there when you're watching the police and fire departments go at it with each other?
I see a lot of the pointing the finger at goalies, not making saves and stuff. That was the last time I was on the bench. That's what I just mentioned. Like, hey, if you want to help them out, why don't you get in the shooting lane and block a shot? And then guys were saying, I got to work on Monday. I can't do that. So no, I think it's a fun game, and obviously they're competing for their departments, and there's a lot of pride in it. So. Yeah, I think it'll be pretty passionate, much like the Black Bears games.
Now, is Coach Q going to be on the other bench? You going to let him coach the police department?
Honestly, we've been diving into the Black Bears so much, we haven't even thought about Saturday. One day at a time, Brooksy.
All right, that's fair enough. So again, if you haven't got your tickets, visit the Black Bears office on the 3rd floor of the arena, or give us a call at the office as well. We can get you tickets for Saturday and Friday night's game against the Sentinels as well. So that is the voice of head coach Brant Sherwood. We are going to take a quick timeout, and then we're going to have Black Bears goaltender Dominik Tame join the show for his first time ever here at Tully. So don't go anywhere. We got more coming up right after this.
The Binghamton Black Bears are back home next weekend against the Indiana Sentinels on Friday and Saturday night. Friday night is New York State's Stop DWI night, and Saturday is the 40th annual Hart Cup game at 3:30, and then it's First Responders Night, sponsored by 5 Beauties. You can get all of your tickets at binghamtonblackbears.com.
Are you looking to get your taxes done? JMK Tax Solutions is located at 1152 Vestal Avenue in Binghamton. They offer tax, bookkeeping, and payroll services and are currently accepting new clients.
Attention fans, looking sharp is a power play. Studio 11 Barbershop, located in Endicott, New York, is your go-to for fresh fades, sharp cuts, and all-star style. Visit our website or call the number below to book, or simply just walk in. Studio 11 Barbershop, where champions get their cut.
Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube.
Binghamton Black Bears are back home next weekend against the Indiana Sentinels on Friday and Saturday night. Friday night is New York State Stop DWI night, and Saturday is the 40th annual Hart Cup game at 3:30, and then it's First Responders night, sponsored by Five Beauties. You can get all of your tickets at binghamtonblackbears.com.
Are you looking to get your taxes done? JMK Tax Solutions is located at 1152 Vestal Avenue in Binghamton. They offer tax, bookkeeping, and payroll services and are currently accepting new clients.
Attention fans, looking sharp is a power play. Studio 11 Barbershop, located in Endicott, New York, is your go-to for fresh fades, sharp cuts, and all-star style. Visit our website or call the number below to book, or simply just walk in. Studio 11 Barbershop, where champions get their cut.
Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube.
Black Bears are back home next weekend against the Indiana Sentinels on Friday and Saturday night. Friday night is New York State Stop DWI night, and Saturday is the 40th annual Hart Cup game at 3:30, and then it's First Responders night, sponsored by Five Beauties. You can get all of your tickets at binghamtonblackbears.com.
Are you looking to get your taxes done? JMK Tax Solutions is located at 1152 Vestal Avenue in Binghamton. They offer tax, bookkeeping, and payroll services and are currently accepting new clients.
Attention fans, looking sharp is a power play. Studio 11 Barbershop, located in Endicott, New York, is your go-to for fresh fades, sharp cuts, and all-star style. Visit our website or call the number below to book, or simply just walk in. Studio 11 Barbershop, where champions get their cut.
Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube. Hello, everybody, and welcome back into the Tully's Good Times with Coach Show. Now time for the part of the show where we have a player guest, and this guy's making his Tully's debut here with us tonight at Tully's on the Vestal Parkway. It's Black Bears goaltender number 30, Dominik Tame, and Dom, good to see you. Glad we could finally get you on the show, clearing that busy schedule of yours.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. It's nice to finally be here behind the microphone, not just at the table.
I know, bad on my part for not getting you up here a little bit sooner. So our take a -1 on the night so far with that. But it's been a great time getting to know you over these last few months. Got to share a room in Winston-Salem. We were down there earlier in January taking on the Thunderbirds for the first couple of games, or the second and third game of the season series while that was going on. But first off, just want to know, what is your overall sense of feeling about how the season's going so far for the Black Bears?
I think it's been pretty good. I mean, obviously, as of late, got ourselves a little losing streak, if you can call it that. But I think it's ultimately going to make us way stronger in the end as a team. And, we're just working through some things right now. But I believe it's going to come to something better and bigger.
Well, that very mature way to look at it. Obviously, nobody likes losing. And it's a thing that really hasn't happened to the Black Bears over the last couple of years. So you can see that, a lot of people have some knee-jerk reaction to the way that the scoreboard has gone the last couple of games. But we heard from Coach Sherwood talk about it with how impressed he was that everybody was in the room ready to go, come Monday morning with all their gear on, things like that. Coming from a player's perspective, what do you think the vibe was, since Saturday when the game ended to the way that practice started Monday morning with you guys?
Yeah, I think we're all kind of just mad maybe with ourselves. I know I was after Saturday night. But, just kind of take a day break, maybe not think about hockey at all. And then everyone came in Monday with the work boots on. And we're kind of, want to just end this thing and just prove people that we're not just losing because we're, like, bad or anything, right? We just bad luck, maybe a couple bad plays, but we'll be back to our usual selves this weekend.
Well, very well said. When you're not thinking about hockey, what are you thinking about?
More hockey.
I kind of figured you'd say more hockey. It's kind of the way that goaltenders think, I think.
Yeah, I just always try to figure out little things to get better. Sometimes drive myself crazy with it. I even got like a virtual reality headset at home and
really
play like the little sensory thing.
Okay.
And there was a couple of nights where I rage quit it because it was just like I've had enough and I had to stop and watch some football and get a little break from hockey.
You ever see the VR headset clips of like the guy wearing full football pads like in a boxing ring, and he's literally, he's playing quarterback in the VR, but anytime he gets hit, like he actually has somebody like whack him with a pillow or like a blocking shed. I think those are some of the funniest videos because here's a guy who probably just unathletic as me, wearing full football gear, and he's in a boxing ring with the VR headset. If people don't know at home, you look really funny when you have a VR headset on because you cannot tell anything that's going on around you in the outside world. And this guy's trying to hit a 3-step drop, hit a guy on a 5-yard out, and then just absolutely gets cleaned out by a defensive end, and he just crumples like a piece of paper. I take it Sensory Arena's not the same level of intensity that like football is, but I have seen the goalie aspect of it before. When Taylor Joseph was part of the team, he did let me try it on one time. So that was really cool.
How did you do?
I don't know what setting he had it on, but I remember making a couple saves.
So probably the lowest setting.
I mean maybe. Who knows? Taylor never told me. But I could read the play. I could anticipate the pass, moving from left to right. And am I crazy, or does the remote vibrate a little bit?
When it hits you, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it hit me a lot on the right arm. So at least I don't know if I was making the save per se, or if my body was just getting in the way. I think.
I mean, whatever works, I guess.
Yeah, I guess something like that. But that's really cool that we have another guy on the team who, enjoys playing hockey in the VR aspect, kind of thing. One thing that I learned about you, through this season is you're very big into journaling. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Where did that come from?
Where'd you learn that? The hotel room?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually have 2 journals. I have a hockey one that
Okay.
stays in the locker room, and I have kind of a personal one before bed. Just jot down some notes about the day, and kind of allows me to just go to sleep quicker, so I don't have to overthink things staring at the ceiling.
That's probably so much healthier for you than the way that I fall asleep. I have to watch a YouTube video on my phone to fall asleep.
I don't know. When we were together at the hotel, you fell asleep during one of the most interesting football games.
I know.
You
That's 'cause I
started
was so
snoring, and I had to turn the TV up a little
Okay,
more.
hold on. Do not start spreading lies that I snore.
It was not a lie.
Okay, all right. If anybody snores, I think it's you.
Well, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, see, you don't know if you can believe me, and I don't know if I can believe you because one of us is asleep and the other one's making the noise. So I guess it's 2 sides of the same coin here.
You just call it a wash. And
Okay, yeah.
move on.
So okay, yeah, wash. So neither one of us snores. Okay, I can live with that. That is funny, and you're right. I do hate that I fell asleep during that college football playoff game. But my own fault. I was watching a YouTube video, and it was about time to go to bed. So that's exactly why. That was very crazy. What else besides journaling do you like to do outside of the rink?
Kind of just like mentioned before, I do a lot of VR at home. Kind of just still trying to get better in a way, I guess. And then I do a lot of reading. I
Okay.
read a lot. I got my little Kindle, so working through the Chronicles of Narnia right now, actually.
Really?
On the last book. Yeah, I never read it before. And
Okay.
it kind of ties into a whole like religious aspect of everything. So reading, a couple of Netflix shows. Recently watched His and Hers. It was really good.
Okay, I heard a recommendation about that.
Yeah, you should for sure watch it. That was a
All
really
right.
good one.
Cam Cervoni wants to know if you're watching Landman, because everybody else on the Black Bears are or is watching Landman currently. Have you watched that show?
I haven't, but from how loud Emerson's TV is, I can for sure hear it from upstairs.
Okay, all right. So you're getting the audio version of Landman, just no picture.
Yeah, a lot of mumbling and a lot of bass. But yeah.
This is okay. This is good. This is good. I like this, calling people out segment of Tully's that we've had here the last 2 weeks. First Sarges with D-Raz, now you with me, and now Emery as well. So this is good. This makes for a good show. That's really cool. I forgot to ask Coach Sherwood if he had finished because I saw that the season had just wrapped up. Really cool thing here. You have a unique situation with the Black Bears because you weren't here right at the beginning of the season, like in training camp. We would say technically the term is join mid-season, even though you really came on like at the very beginning. I would say, what was the recruitment process like for you to come be a part of the Black Bears team?
It was mostly just getting cut from East Coast tryout during their training camp, and then driving home, and I got a text from Coach Sherwood if I would like to join the organization, and then we had a quick phone call, and then just from what he said, I was like, why would I not go there? He made it sound pretty amazing, and then I showed up, and it just totally lived up to its expectations.
All right. How long was that phone call conversation?
Probably like 15, 20 minutes. But that was just like talking about the team and the rink, the facilities, the boosters, the fans. So there was a lot to cover, but I would say it was pretty quick.
All right. Short, sweet, to the point, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it got me here, so he worked his
Yeah,
magic.
I mean, obviously it worked. We know how good of a recruiter Coach Sherwood is. You talked about a lot of the great things about Binghamton. What's your favorite thing so far that you've experienced?
Probably like the sellout games for me. I think like on New Year's it was pretty like amazing just to step out and see the crowd full and cheering, and when we're winning it's a lot of fun, but even when we're losing people still show up. So I think like playing home games is for sure the best part, and then just exploring different restaurants and different spots where I can get lunch after practice.
Fair. You mentioned the fans, the sellout crowds. Let me ask you this: before being a part of the Black Bears, have you ever played in front of a crowd that big before?
Yeah, I've when I was in my short stint in the Quebec League,
Okay.
I played for the Quebec Ramparts, and they get a big crowd. I think we had like a 9,000 on a Wednesday night. So
Okay, and that's fair because there are some guys on the team who hadn't played in front of the near 5,000 people before joining the team. So you kind of want to gauge people on like how they can handle a big moment. You've handled a lot of big moments so far this year. Coming in, you're 16-2-0 on the year. Top 3 in every goaltender category. Stat-wise, so really impressive. Obviously, looks like when the lights are bright, you've been able to handle it, and really prove your worth not only to the Black Bears organization but the entire league as well. What do you think is the key here for the next 20 games to end the regular season for the Black Bears?
I think it's just to go back to playing our hockey, playing hard-hitting, scoring and saving a lot of pucks hockey, and just focus on the basics, and I think we maybe gotten a little away from the game we were playing, but like Coach Sherwood said, this week we're putting the work boots on and working out the kinks, and it'll just make us so much better in the end, and just take it one game at a time, and then get to playoffs.
All right. Awesome. I got a non-Black Bears question for you here, fan submitted. Obviously, you have roots in the Czechia with your family. What do you think Czechia's chances are in this upcoming Winter Olympics?
I think we could be the dark horse. Obviously, you look at the teams like Canada and U.S., our team might not be as strong. But I also know that there was a lot of tournaments before, like 1998 in Nagano, where no one wanted to give us a chance. We beat Canada in the semis, and then we beat the Russians in the finals, and we're supposed to win then. So you never know. I think once they get on the ice, that's when we'll see how good they can do.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but also Czechia defending world champions, right? With the World Championship tournament. That was gold. Was that last summer?
I think that was...
Or was that 2 summers ago?
2 summers ago now,
Okay,
yeah.
because I know Pasternak and H's were on that team.
Yeah.
That was... Obviously, that was really big because that was that was hosted in Czechia, right?
Yeah, right,
so
in Prague.
What does that do for the sport of hockey? Winning the gold medal in your own country for the World Championship. I'm sure it was very big for you, your family, and some relatives as well.
Yeah, my dad was actually back home, and they went to a couple of games too.
That's awesome.
And yeah, it's just like Czechs are so proud of when we get a chance to win something. Like we're watching our volleyball team, and we don't usually watch volleyball, but then all of a sudden one of our teams is doing good, and the whole country stands behind them. And it doesn't matter what it is, soccer, hockey, basketball. Like when they're in a big tournament, everyone's behind them, and then that's why I'm proud to be Czech too.
That's awesome. Now, with the United States, we know our number one rival is Canada, especially when it comes to hockey. For Czechia, who would you say the number one rival is?
I'd probably go with Russia.
Okay.
Even though they're not in competition of any sorts right now. But it's always been Russia just because of the history between the two countries and all that. I'm sure people can read about the history and everything that happened. We don't have to get into it.
A lot of geopolitics involved in that one, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So it's always It's always nice to beat Russians. So.
All right, well, that's fair.
Don't tell Bondo, though.
Okay. I promise I will not tell him.
Okay, good.
Now, if anybody else is going to tell him, that's up to them. But I promise I will not tell him. Got another fan question for you. And this one kind of centers around Saturday night being first responders night. They wanted to know, because the police department is playing the fire department if you had to choose to either be a firefighter or a police officer, which one would you choose and why?
That's a tough one.
It's a good question.
Yeah, I think like with the, not to get too political, but with the state of the world and maybe even the country, I'll probably go for the fire department right now.
Okay.
And I also, like, if you look at it, I feel like you always get to be a hero as a firefighter. You don't always get to be the hero as a police officer, even though the work they do is something I could never do. Yeah, I think it's hard, but I guess I would go fire department.
Okay. Fair answer. Have a couple more. Those are the ones I had memorized. So let me just pull this up real quick. Some live journalism going on here. Somebody wrote in and said, who is your favorite broadcaster that starts with the letter C?
Who could have wrote that? I'd say Cole.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So I'm very glad. He was able to ask that question today.
Is there anyone else with C on the broadcast team?
No, but I was really hoping you would have just said any other name. I think that would have been more funny.
But he's right there.
Oh, I know. That would have made it funnier.
He's so nice.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, give me one good story on Cole.
I'll tell you a good story as soon as the microphones go off.
Yes. Nice.
That's exactly what I can do. But no, I found some of the real fan questions. They want to know: is it better for a goalie when everybody in the arena is screaming and cheering, or dead silent?
I like cheering.
Okay.
I think it brings a lot of energy into everybody's game. I even like away arenas when, people get up when there's like a 2-on-1. You get to stop them and get to disappoint them. So I always like a big crowd.
Okay. That's a good one. Let me go to the next one. I got to scroll down. My phone keeps locking up on me. I'm sorry. Another person wanted to know, and this is probably, maybe you is not the best person to answer this because you're obviously biased because you're a goaltender, but this person asked, is playing goaltender the hardest position in hockey?
I think there's different ways to look at it. I mean, with the pressure that comes with it, I'd probably say yes, just because you're the last line of defense. So if you screw up, it's more visible, I'd say. But I also couldn't play the game by myself. If it was just me out there, my stats wouldn't be good at all.
No.
And I probably wouldn't be good at all either. So, you get to depend on your team a lot. So I wouldn't say it's the hardest position in sports, just with because you need your team around you. But pressure-wise, I'd probably say there's a lot of pressure.
That's fair. I do think when hockey teams lose, a lot of the blame goes immediately to the goaltender because, unfortunately, it is a results-driven business where the goal is to score more goals than the opposition. I know myself. I do it all the time with the Hurricanes. Like, right now, Freddie Anderson has not had a great year for the Hurricanes. Every time they lose when he's playing, I just blame him, and that's like the easy cop-out for me. So I can understand where, the goaltender does get a lot of the brunt of the, the criticism or, the pressure is put on them because you're the ones, quote-unquote, stopping the team from scoring, even though they also have to go past the other 5 people, on the ice as well. So I do respect the answer. And then you win a high-scoring game, goaltender gets none of the credit because you didn't score.
Yeah, well, but I also think you get paid to do a job. I'm, paid or on the team to save pucks, and if I don't do that, I should take some of the blame, if not all of it. So that's just the way it is.
All right, there you go. Good answers. Very good answers. last question before we let you go and let you get back to your food, because I know I interrupted you like mid-dinner.
Yeah, my chicken tenders.
I know. Your chicken tenders probably got cold, so that's my fault. What has been your best overall memory since joining the Black Bears? I know we talked about the hockey side, like with the sellout crowds, but you have to narrow it down to one singular moment. What's your favorite memory in the last 6 months of Dominik Tame?
That's a tough one because there's a lot of good
Thank
memories.
you. Thank you.
I would probably have to go just the first game. You know, it was my first pro game, and I think we won 5-2 against Watertown. It was at home, so I got to witness the crowd and feel the energy. So, I mean, there's a lot of moments, but I think that one kind of makes me proud that, you know, first pro game, we got the win. I got the puck saved at home, so that one's probably up there.
Okay, awesome. I lied. I thought of one more question, and this one comes from me, straight from the mind of Brooks Hill. Since the last time we've been here at Tully's in the NHL, there have been 2 goalie fights. Has that been a thought that's crossed your mind yet so far?
Yeah, I actually had the conversation with my girlfriend the other day. What would she think if I got into a fight? I don't know, like I wouldn't be against it, but at the same time, I feel like I don't run hot with emotion during games.
Fair.
And like, unless the other goalie does anything like to our guys, like I don't usually have beef with them. Like it's kind of like, you know, we're both just trying to do our job. But
yeah,
if he goes after one of our guys, I'll be there.
All right, so I'm hearing it's not a no.
It's for sure not a no.
Okay.
I wouldn't be against it.
Good. All right, EJ, just make sure we have that on the record. And the microphones were recording at that. Dom, thank you so much for coming on with us here tonight at Tully's. Wish you the best of luck the rest of the way, and we're always pulling for you in between the pipes. So that is the voice of Black Bears netminder, Dominik Tame. We're going to take a quick time out, wrap up the show. We'll come back right after this.
The Binghamton Black Bears are back home next weekend against the Indiana Sentinels on Friday and Saturday night. Friday night is New York State's Stop DWI night, and Saturday is the 40th annual Hart Cup game at 3:30, and then it's First Responders night, sponsored by 5 Beauties. You can get all of your tickets at binghamtonblackbears.com.
Are you looking to get your taxes done? JMK Tax Solutions is located at 1152 Vestal Avenue in Binghamton. They offer tax, bookkeeping, and payroll services and are currently accepting new clients.
Attention fans, looking sharp is a power play. Studio 11 Barbershop, located in Endicott, New York, is your go-to for fresh fades, sharp cuts, and all-star style. Visit our website or call the number below to book, or simply just walk in. Studio 11 Barbershop, where champions get their cut.
Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube.
Black Bears are back home next weekend against the Indiana Sentinels on Friday and Saturday night. Friday night is New York State's Stop DWI night, and Saturday is the 40th annual Hart Cup game at 3:30, and then it's First Responders night, sponsored by 5 Beauties. You can get all of your tickets at binghamtonblackbears.com.
Are you looking to get your taxes done? JMK Tax Solutions is located at 1152 Vestal Avenue in Binghamton. They offer tax, bookkeeping, and payroll services and are currently accepting new clients.
Attention fans, looking sharp is a power play. Studio 11 Barbershop, located in Endicott, New York, is your go-to for fresh fades, sharp cuts, and all-star style. Visit our website or call the number below to book, or simply just walk in. Studio 11 Barbershop, where champions get their cut.
Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long at home and on the road, free on YouTube.
Black Bears are back home next weekend against the Indiana Sentinels on Friday and Saturday night. Friday night is New York State's Stop DWI night, and Saturday is the 40th annual Hart Cup game at 3:30, and then it's First Responders night, sponsored by 5 Beauties. You can get all of your tickets at binghamtonblackbears.com.
Sherwood and Dominik Tame joining me here tonight on the Tully's Good Times with Coach show. We are working out our next Tully's date right now. We're going to have to move a couple of things around because Black Bears are headed outdoors for practice coming up here in a few weeks with our good friends over at the farm rink over in Vestal. So we're just fine-tuning some details on when our next coach's show will be. Be on the lookout for that date once it's announced on Black Bears social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and on X as well. Sign up for the text club and also our email blast and stay up to date with all things Binghamton Black Bears related. Friday night, the Indiana Sentinels come back to town for Stop DWI night, and then on Saturday, we will have the 40th anniversary of the Hart Cup at 3:30 p.m. between Binghamton Fire and the police department. And then at 7 o'clock is First Responder Night presented by our friends at 5 Beauties. Going to be a great weekend here for the Black Bears. Get back in the swing of things, and we hope you get your tickets, binghamtonblackbears.com, or give us a visit tomorrow in person at the office on the 3rd floor. You can also always call 607-722-7367 as well. Big thanks to everybody who came out with us tonight. Got a full house here at Tully's on the Vestal Parkway. Some of our regulars even shuffling up a little bit and getting some new spots around the restaurant tonight. So big thank you to everybody who is still hanging out with us tonight as well. EJ Worth did a great job designing these first responder jerseys. They will be auctioned off live after the game on Saturday, benefiting the American Heart Association and Tunnels for Towers. So 2 great charities for 2 great causes on First Responder Night once again on Saturday. Big thanks to Cole Parenti on setup and teardown, EJ Worth on the 1s and 2s, Brant Sherwood and Dominik Tame joining us here again at Tully's. My name is Brooks Hill. We're signing off for tonight. We will see you at the arena Friday night for Stop DWI night, and then on Saturday for the Hart Cup at 3:30 and and First Responders Night at 7 p.m. Thank you. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time.